Don't mind the weird lisp. I have retainers on. I find myself most vulnerable emotionally the day or the night before a big exam. I guess it's because there's this pressure, internal and external pressure, and then a lull and a silence, scary and deafening. Makabungol siya. Yan. Kapila na ninatabo. This has happened a lot of times already. Almost always, I managed to like overcome it. On one significant night before my orthodontics exam, I was so overwhelmed by this silence, and I actually wrote a song, and I eventually finished it, and now it's in the works or something. It's an interesting way to turn your sadness into art, you know? Make the most out of any situation, even the saddest ones. This is one of those nights. Tomorrow I have a big exam coming up. I don't feel as unprepared because I already read the reviewer. If you understand the question, then you understand which answers are correct and which ones are not. Usually the stuff that I start thinking about when I feel this vulnerable are things like I started on this journey with reasons, and now I'm this far, and now I have different reasons, and I can't help but feel mournful about the people that I lost along the way. Not necessarily, death, pero, they're not side by side with you anymore. They're like, wala ra silang along the way, or naguna, took another path, or they went ahead, stuff like that. Can't help but feel mournful about that. But then in that vulnerability, I also managed to shift my focus on the new things that I have now. There are people that I met along the way, new things that I learned, and new opportunities, and whatever. And they may not have been there when I started or when I began this journey, but like happy ra pod na sila. They don't have to understand, and I don't have to fully integrate them as deeply as I did with these other people. Something like that is, just giving myself time to, I guess, mourn. Mourn really is the term, because you can't help but feel grief over the things that no longer exist. Masakit siya when it did exist. To say that something good no longer exists is more painful than saying that it never existed for me. Oh, we're getting emotional at what, 10 p.m. I need to sleep. I have an exam at 1. I didn't know I'd tear up. I didn't know I'd cry. But yeah, ano siya.